Alright. 3, 2, 1. Several years have passed since the conquest of Sersen by Sudriar, and Sudriar has prospered under the rulership of King Hakon in these years of relative peace. A few rebellions were crushed swiftly. But, as you can see here, the warriors of Sudriar sought battle, and there was a weakened kingdom to the south. I know not what more misfortune befell it, but by the time we got there, the settlements were empty and their army trapped. They made peace with their foes, the kingdom of Northleode. But the kingdom of Northleode failed to make peace with us. And we have finally trapped their army inside this village where they make their last stand. A fight for the survival of a kingdom. Hello everyone, and welcome. And we're gonna get started right away. And just to let you know, there was a bit of background in that kind of cinematic intro I did there. But so here we have my own army, and this kingdom, I don't know what went wrong with them, but they lost a lot of their territory. I contributed. I got to the fight a little late though, and while I was able to take a couple settlements beforehand, their army was in the south, actually trapped because they had made peace with the guy who conquered their city. They actually lost their capital city, and this army had made peace with it. So this army was stuck in the settlement. So I just simply went through my ally, Northumbria. By the way, I got allied with Northumbria to finish this kingdom off, because this kingdom had gone to war with one of my allies, although I later broke that alliance. That's gonna be content for future videos. But yeah, and we have a lower quality army, mostly levies with a core of thanes, and the royal companions, of course, doing their last stand to save their kingdom. Alright, right now I am fast forwarding, because our armies are slowly advancing, pushing forward. I am very tenuous about this, because their forces are very similarly sized. I only have about 200 more men than them, and I do need to preserve my army for future campaigns, because, spoiler alert, there are major powers that don't like me. Alright, so our troops have closed. Now, I will say one thing, the AI is being very passive right now, so I'm going to have to launch the attack. And as you know, I usually am not the one to launch the first attack. I usually let the enemy come to me. So this is very unusual ground for me. So I'm starting off by sending out my archers, and I'm going to focus fire their archer units. So I want to kill as many of their archers as I can, then their javelins. Because they're going to be hard to run down since I don't have good cavalry. I have these two... Actually, no, that's not true. That was a different battle I was thinking of. I'm sorry. I have plenty of cavalry, but they've got plenty of cavalry too to protect their troops. Anyway, we're continuing with a arrow engagement. They formed a shield wall, which is going to be a problem. I do break those archers, but that shield wall is going to be a problem. Even with good troops, I mean, even with poor troops, a shield wall can make it so your troops can last a long time. Now, I am moving my own troops onto their flanks, especially over here, so they are going to redeploy the shield wall and reorganize. And I think this is a good opportunity to launch an attack. They're out of formation, they're out of a shield wall, so I order my men to rush. I begin using flaming arrows to demoralize the enemy, because these are mostly levies. Yeah, they're still out of a shield wall. They are sending their own troops up to some thanes and some peril spearmen. Deal with my archers, they're just going to fall back. But their units are mostly disorganized, they're not in a shield wall. And my own troops are much better than theirs, and we have a very slight numbers advantage. So as I said, I'm using flaming arrows to demoralize the levies. They were drafted into this fight, they didn't want to be here. I am worried about these cavalry units though. I don't want them to be outflanked by them. I do have spears on my flanks for the most part, but yeah. Over here we have charging the weakest part of my line, an Eastern Warman unit that I hadn't bothered to upgrade. I do form shield wall as 4 units charge, although these guys are having a tougher fight, these thanes. So they sent levy spearmen to attack these guys. What I would have done is I would have sent the levy spearmen to occupy this unit, and another unit to occupy this unit, and then sent the thanes to go after this unit. Anyway, they have more flaming arrows, demoralizing this unit of peril, axemen, more levies. for being sent in to try and break a hole through this point. At least they are targeting the weak point in my line. That is a little bit of redeeming quality. And they're sending some better units to deal with my better units, so they should be able to stand up. But at this point, things are still very chaotic. They're once again breaking formation. They only send a very small number of their forces. It won't be too hard to clean that up. And my own cavalry is getting to deal with their cavalry. I have a unit of scout horsemen here. They're just charging in. The cavalry charge against cavalry isn't as effective. This is going to be a brawl on horseback. Melee fight on horseback. So yeah, they have more. They have a lot of guys here. There's some dudes holding a torch. And over here, the cavalry melee brawl is going quite well for me. A bunch of dudes on horseback with sticks, pointing sticks. Yeah, the enemy cavalry will withdraw. They're not broken, but they are wavering, so they will withdraw. I do begin to extend my line because I don't want to be outflanked. I have a unit of Eastman Levy's skirmishers harassing this unit of staying horsemen. And this is when I think, let's go on the offensive. Alright, so I break shield wall and portions. I keep other portions of the shield wall intact. Like here, where they're going to be charged by some thanes. But I order them and I begin sweeping around their flanks, not only to demoralize these guys, but to catch up to here, because my own cavalry has immobilized them. But the cavalry are going to be very badly injured in this fight. It's not going to be good for the cavalry. They're surrounded by large numbers of troops. I pull them back as my Norse warriors begin to close the gap. I am getting sent troops through the gaps of their line to hit them in the rear. My archers are still alive and well, and they're going to be used to great effect here soon. My own cavalry are kind of stuck though, and that's not good. They launch a cavalry charge into my Eastern Node axemen and spear Hierodman, but the spearmen should be able to clean that up pretty easily.
Run from the enemy.
The axemen less so, but nonetheless. Yeah, they do break my cav. I still have this unit of skirmish cav, but they're doing a pretty good job holding down that horseman unit, so I'm not too worried about enemy cav at this point. But right now it's an infantry fight at this point. Yeah, over here they do have a unit of Carol Spearmen to protect this unit of Thane's flank. That's not going to be enough, I don't think. I have this unit of Eastern Male Axemen that was on the flank. They're charging into the center. I have this unit over here. I am breaking off one unit. These two are going to contain these guys. Prevent all these other units from getting into the rear. But these units are going to fall back. A lot of these are skirmishers though, so yeah. Over here I break this unit with flaming arrows. The flaming arrows also break this unit too. So as I said, very strategic use of the flaming arrows there. And yep, once again, we have broken the unit with flaming arrows, enveloping it, and then using the flaming arrows to finish the blow. The general's bodyguard they're attempting to make a defensive line, but it's not going to be enough. More flaming arrows, although it is demoralizing my own men, but their men are absolutely routed by the flame. Yeah, they have a healthy unit of Carol Spearmen, but against that horde, it's not going to be enough. Yeah, so they're pushing up. Their general bodyguard is one of the few units left standing. They do still have a lot of skirmishers. That is going to be a problem. It's going to cause some casualties, and they still have a unit of cav. But my own skirmisher cav should be able to help clean it up. That's one thing that skirmisher cav is really good for, cleaning up skirmishers. Their cavalry is causing some issues, but they've been largely depleted. I don't even bother sending in all my troops. I decided to call back some troops to keep their strength up. Because this is a campaign, I need to minimize casualties. We've broken their last melee unit with the general's death, and all their skirmishers are wavering. Yeah, and here's my skirmisher cav beginning to swoop in and deal with all the skirmishers. My own archers are also going to be able to help deal with the skirmishers. Oh, my skirmishers just look at this guy, and this guy breaks. That is funny. Firing a couple arrows to whittle him down, although that's not going to be important, because this is going to be the last battle this faction ever fights. And this unit breaks too. I still have this unit to deal with, but my own skirmisher cav should be able to help with that, along with the archers. Yep, there we go, we break it. The Northleode army is running, and it's a decisive victory with, I might add, not all that many casualties. We only lost 300 men out of 1,800. They lost 1,000, they only had 500 left, and most of those 500 ran for the hills and were skirmishers. Yeah, almost all their melee troops died, and we had some pretty good kill counts. Like, I did bring in some berserker units, 99 to 123. I expect nothing less from the berserkers. This guy only lost 1 unit, too. Not as impressive as that 1 KDR, but 123 to 1 is still pretty good. So Spearman did pretty good, too. Like this, Carol Spearsman. Not Carol Spearman, Spear Hierodman. 79 kills. Eastman Warband, that really low-quality unit that got charged, is 50 kills. And this unit is Norse Warriors, 91 kills for only 20 deaths. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, I did lose my cavalry, though, so they're out of the fight. But yeah, I hope you liked today's video. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more action like this. And let me know what nation you want me to do, because I'm thinking about doing a campaign, like actually uploading the full campaign, not just battles. So let me know which nation you want me to do. Total War Titan, out.